T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Trap Talk Reptile Network, the coolest reptile network in the world. Episode 579, new breed on the block. The end of the year, new breed on the block episode. It's going to be quite the time. It's going to be me and my man, Emilio Big E Top G. We're going to be going over the whole year, breaking some stuff down. What are we excited for in the 2025 season? It's going to be quite the time, man, but what's good? I'm your boy MJ. Shout out to everyone out there in the building. Thanks for being here tonight, first and foremost. If this is your first time hanging out, if you're into the ball python game, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. By doing that, it helps this episode reach other people who might be interested into learning about the ball python game and stuff. So by you liking this video, subscribing to this video, goes a lot further than you guys think. So I just want to say thank you to all the support out there. It has been quite the year. Before I get to live chats and say hi to people who are here tonight, if you're looking for exclusive content, tap that first link in the description below, okay? Consider joining the Trap Talk Patreon family for all that exclusive content to connect with over 200 plus amazing reptile keepers. There's an amazing Discord where there's new things coming to this Discord this coming year. And there's an awesome Instagram group chat. Good way to connect yourself, man, especially if you're new into this game. Don't be shy. Come meet all of us and come get directed to the right places. You know, the Trap Talk Patreon family is the biggest diverse Patreon family in the game when it comes to reptile species kept, and that's a fact. So shout out to my Patreon members. Thank you so much for making the Patreon family so relevant. You guys are on my heart. You guys are amazing. Every single one of you, man. I'm very proud of all the Patreon members. I also want to say thank you to anyone out there who is ready for the Reptile Super Show. Less than a month away. Okay, coming up January 11th and 12th, you're going to catch the Trap booth being there, collaborating with Big E, Top G, Villarino Reptiles. Mark Bailey will be in the building. Stephen Cush will have some of his scrubs at the table. Woo! Man, shout out to tonight's sponsor, the Reptile Super Show, happening in Pomona. Again, that's January 11th and 12th. Go to Reptile Super Show on Instagram. Go give them a follow. Check them out on their website also where you can buy your tickets. You can also get your hotel reservations all done on the Reptile Super Show website. And just want to say again, thank you to Rami and the entire Reptile Super Show staff, family, all the above. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to meeting a lot of you guys again and even new people at the Reptile Super Show because my booth is going to be cracking. And everything around my booth is going to be cracking. We're in a good part of the show for sure. So I'm looking forward to it, man. And shout out to anyone out there who supports USARK Florida. If you don't know what USARK is, just click the third link in the description below. Become a USARK member today if you can, because those numbers really do matter when it comes to us battling legislations that could possibly be heading your way. You never know, okay? Shout out to Phil Goss. And again, to be on top of everything, all the updates, announcements, go follow USARK on Instagram. Go follow USARK on their YouTube channel as well. And also go to their website, usark.org. Stay on top of everything. Thank you so much, USARK, Phil Goss, the entire USARK family. And yeah, I think it's that time. I got to renew my gold membership here soon. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. Also, tonight's episode is brought to you by the Chipper, #1 substrate in the game. Go to COCO.com. All right, your entire order can save 24% by putting TrapFam24 in the promo code. All right, use that code now because that code will be changing here pretty soon. All right, still discounts coming at you from the best. Thank you so much, Chipper. All right, and again, that's COCO.com. Your entire order at the end. Make sure you put TrapFam24 in the promo code. Save yourself some skulas, some money. You feel me? Thank you so much. Again, the Chipper, Coco Dude. Also, tonight's episode is brought to you by Focus Cube Habitats, #1 PVC enclosures in the game. Nobody does it better, and that's a fact. The best keepers in the game uses Focus Cube, and I'm one of them for sure. I'm not saying I'm one of the best keepers, but I don't know. Day by day. Listen, go to FocusCubeHabitats.com. You can select over 30 plus different designs to keep your reptile in. Steve and Ashley are very dedicated to their craft. They've been doing it for more than a handful of years now, and very proud and honored to call them a sponsor for going on 5 years now. They're going with the trap again next year. I love them. Stephen Ashley, and I cannot wait because there's big things happening for me inside my own room, which is going to need more focus cube habitat enclosures. Cannot wait. Yeah, it's going to be great. So be updated on that. Thank you again, Stephen Ashley, Focus Cube Habitats. Last but not least, shout out to Blake over at Blake Exotic Feeders, #1 quail in the game, sent to your doorstep. This guy produces all the quail, okay, from button quail all the way up to adults. I'm telling you right now, man, every reptile can benefit from a quail, and it's good to have that diverse diet. Let's think ahead. We're in 2025 now. All right, we got to think deeper. Let's think about what's really going in your reptile's gut. Diverse diet does not hurt. You know, me and Amelia will talk about the quail diet for sure tonight. I think that's been a big, huge learning piece for both of us. And, you know, I got to say, speaking of, you know, Emilio, before I bring him on, I do want to give him his flowers, okay? Because this is somebody who has continuously thrived in areas in the reptile hobby, but is looking for new things to learn, new things to grasp, all right? He now keeps at least a handful of reptile species. When I met him, he only kept a couple or not as many. So, and he, you know, I see the way he's posting pictures of stuff that aren't ball pythons. And I just see I could see something like burning in his eyes. Like he's excited to be keeping the stuff that he's not normally used to keeping. And that's going to be a huge topic of tonight's episode, you know, because if you want to make sure you stay excited, and there's nothing against ball pythons, but you know, there's a waiting period. You know, there's really no challenge in keeping them for the most part, unless you're dealing with a lot of stuck sheds, which I'm just telling you, man. And I know Emilio's going to tell us tonight too. There are certain things working with different species that give you an appreciation. That's all I'm going to say. So enough is enough. All right. And I want to say hi to people. One thing I do know about Big E Top G, he loves everybody in the chats. He loves all the V unit members who pull up. He loves all the trappers who pull up. So I would be doing, I feel like, him a disservice by not saying what up to everybody with him on. You know what I'm saying? This is our show. We don't play. We don't miss. You feel what I'm saying? All right. Enough is enough. All right. It is that time. Do what you got to do to get your mind right. Do what you got to do to stay hydrated, because it's going to get hot tonight. I'm telling you right now. No, we don't play. Episode 579. Big E Top G. End of the year. New Breed on the Block episode coming at you right now. Let's go.
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man.
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes.
Exclusive. Oh.
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up.
I was hoping you were going to smile or something by me playing that song. I didn't get no reaction. I'm looking. I'm like, you know, you give a fuck.
What do you mean?
Anyway.
What are you talking about?
And you know what's funny? I think I tried doing that like the last time we were doing something like this, and I didn't have my screen in, so nobody heard it. But I think they heard it this time because What's good?
I was bobbing my head a little bit.
All right. What's up, player? Hey,
So,
last episode of the year. How you feeling?
great, man. Great. It's been a fruitful year, man. It's nice when you pretty much do everything you set out to during the year. It's really nice, man. Every year, I write down all my pairings, what I expect to produce, how much I expect to produce, what I think everything's gonna sell for, more or less, and I'm pretty damn close. That's something you learn with time, bro. You know.
Well, I know one thing about you, like you like to write shit. You know, you for me, from what I know, you're a big numbers guy. And you like to write things down. Like you're all about keeping track of shit. So I know you had goals written down for this year.
Yeah.
How'd you do overall? You feel like as far as the goals you wanted to accomplish, and what were some of the biggest goals you had this year?
Well, I mean, production-wise, I was expecting 80 clutches. I hit 73.
That's huge. Respect.
I was expecting, 500, 550
babies.
Yeah, 550 babies. I ended up with 496.
Okay, let's not move from here. Let's talk about that number of clutches and babies. Are you satisfied with that number, or do you feel like if you would have hit 80, it would have been too much? Like, where are you at now that you have that amount of clutches under your belt and babies?
Honestly, the 550 would have been better because there is a chance that I will sell out before I get babies again. And for me, I mean, I do a lot of shows, so I might have to hook up some of my boys with tables here and there because I might not have product, But I mean, it's a good place to be at the same time. Things are good. I can't complain. But yeah, the extra 50 would have probably been good.
That's interesting to say. Emilio, like you're my closest friend who are hitting these kind of numbers. I feel like, and it was your first time hitting something at this capacity. I was kind of worried just because where the market was, but man, you nailed it. Like as far as, I mean, I feel like that's a good thing. If you're getting to the point where there's going to be a little bit of a drought, that's a lot better than you having overstock from the year before, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mentioned on the last episode that a lot of guys out there are having to keep animals for more than a year. And what you're seeing at some of these shows overall is animals that are being sold and they're like 400 or 500 grams, 600 grams. And they're animals that weren't produced to be kept.
Hey, this is the first year, and shout out to the V Unit family. This is the way I found this out. And I'm sure this has been happening, but this is the first time I found out about, I mean, I'm sure there's more than one breeder, but found out about breeders selling stuff that's well over a year old. That's like 300 grams, 200 grams. And from what I understand, that's like not a tactic, but why would that be like a snake of that size and not what it should be? Well, what's the whole sell tactic behind that? Is it because it's too expensive to feed them, you think? Because that just doesn't make sense. And I feel like that's kind of fucked up.
I can't sit here and nail down the tactic, but what I will say is that they feed less, obviously. Second, it costs less to feed the animal. Third, I think that some customers, some of the animals that are pet level animals, I think some customers prefer to get them smaller.
Customers prefer to buy their animals smaller, no matter their age.
Not smaller than not. I'm not speaking of age. What I'm saying is that, let's say a chain. There's chains out there that have a specific number where the animal has to be weight wise for them to sell it. So when they pass a certain number, that animal has to be put on clearance or on sale for it to move. That way they could get the proper sized animal that has a better probability of selling.
This is the first time I'm hearing about this. Maintenance feeding. That's wild. Okay, so can we break down maintenance feeding? Like meaning like just the bare minimum? Is that what maintenance, or like what do you mean by maintenance? Like just enough to keep them alive?
The animal really isn't growing. Barely. If
I don't know. But these things do grow. Obviously, we know that. We know
Yeah,
that.
but if they're eating twice a month, they're, you know, much like Brian was saying in that podcast, they're not getting enough calories to really grow, like to reach their potential. They're going back in and out of that fasting phase.
So you as a customer, Emilio, let's take away everything you have production wise, and let's pretend you have the knowledge that you have now, but you're starting to collect, right? Are you going to pay attention to something like that? And is that going to bother you if you really want that snake? Let's say it's snake.
Definitely.
And why is that? So let's say you got pockets that are deep. It's a snake you really, really want and you need it. It's over a year old, going on 2, and it looks, I don't want to say malnourished, because I'm not saying these things look malnourished, but the weight is like very light. Like
I did that and it bit me in the ass.
Tell me more. How to bite you in the ass?
Well, I was
sat on it. I'm just kidding.
Nah, man. Honestly, I bought an animal that I needed. That was a super, and I went against my core. Like I was back and forth for a week if I was to buy it or not, because this other breeder that, you know, a lot of people don't talk about, his stuff is just not fed well, and it's soft. So I ended up buying the animal anyway, and it was a bad decision, bro.
From that person?
Yeah.
This is the same person that obviously is no stranger to this conversation in your chats, or is this a different person? Okay,
well, we talk about the other person, but it's just not that person's only. The other breeder's only known for one gene. So.
So then, what's your advice for anybody out there doing that, maybe listening right now?
I even talked to that guy on the phone, bro, and he didn't give a fuck.
So you reached out to him, and you're like, "Yo, don't do this."
Before I bought the animal, I was like, "Yo," I told him.
Oh, I remember this story now. He wasn't feeding it while he had it on.
He just doesn't feed anything hard.
But like, you told me this
hard.
You told me this scenario is hardly any like this thing was not getting fed at all from what I remember on this.
Yeah,
snake.
I bought it to see if I could get it going. I did get it going, and then it went back into its old behavior, bro. Yeah.
Listen, let's switch gears here. I'm seeing some people really struggling in the hobby, not being able to sell shit, and they got some cool shit. I'm not gonna lie, like you see some people not selling, and you're like, well, no wonder. Like, look what you're fucking selling, right? And no offense, a lot of stuff is saturated in the ball python game if you're not careful. But I'm seeing some stuff that is pretty hot, but I'm seeing some people struggling with sales. Why do you think that is? What do you think they're not doing? What do you think they can do? Maybe, Emilio, in your opinion?
I think some of the animals are overvalued. I think people need to realistically price the animals. Some of them.
Here's the thing. Here's what I think about that. I think you kind of play a devalue game once you devalue that snake. Like, meaning you get in your head and you want to go lower and lower and lower and lower.
Well, I mean, much like Justin said, every snake has a real value to the breeder, right?
Yeah.
It's only, and then it has a value to the industry and the market. For me, I sold some Pied-Head Sunsets that were on the market for a long time. I went exactly on Black Friday. I went exactly to the point where I thought, okay, if they don't sell for this, I'll keep them, and they sold. I mean, I didn't give them away, but I realized that those animals might have been overpriced during the whole year. I mean, there's no way around that. I might piss some people off with what I just said, but there's no way around that. This is a buyer's market now, and some of the animals posted are too expensive or too high for what the market is right now, and people are going to have to realize that.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, they know this. Okay, I have an animal on there that's on the higher tier. I'm not going to lower the price because I could keep that animal and it's going to produce new combos that haven't been made yet. But
So okay,
but that's different, you see. And there's only maybe 1 or 2 of those animals on Morph Market. That's different than there being 30 or 40 or 50 of the same animal. That's different.
so you think these people that do have these higher priced animals just aren't reading the room? Like they're not doing their homework?
Yeah,
Or
absolutely. We've been talking about people putting an animal on auction for what, I mean, a starting bid of $4,000. None of that's been working.
yeah.
People on auctions want to get an animal a little bit of under or half, close to half of what the animal is perceived to be worth. That's where people get excited and they jump in and they start playing the game. An auction is almost a forced sale, correct?
Right.
I mean, how can you put an animal on an auction for $4,000 a starting bid? That's not a forced sale. You're just
wild.
throwing mud at the wall, right? I mean,
Yeah.
hoping it sticks or
And
whatever you want to call
I
it.
think another thing people aren't realizing is like how many people are paying attention to these auctions, how many people see this shit and they're talking about it just like now. Like this is and you are being judged 110%. People are judging you based off the way you are adding stuff, the way you're posting ads, pricing, and this is why, you know, I talked about this on shout out to Bob Vu, but Bob Vu was on my Morph Market show that I do on Fridays on the Morph Market channel. And I talked about, thank you. I talked about how it could be intimidating sometimes. Well, at least for me, right? When I first had to post like stuff I was producing on my Morph Market, I was so scared to price wrong because for me, like being in sales, you can only like be that asshole who have fucked up prices for so long until people like are like realizing like, dude, this guy's prices are like really jacked up, you know? So that was like a constant fear in my head when it came into pricing. And then Justin always told me, like, I price a snake based off what I would pay for it. Like, whatever I feel like I would pay for that snake is what I price it. And I just started going off that, basically. And I know I come under a lot. I don't think I overprice shit on the Morph Market.
Let me say this, because I've heard conversation in the past 18 months where some breeders out there that are not, you know, they don't have experience of pricing or the market overall. They will talk shit about the top 5 guys when they drop a price. Right? You've heard this before, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
Guess what? Those guys know that that's what the price is. That's what that animal's going to sell for. You know? They're assessing the market at all times, and they've assessed the market for 10 plus, 15 plus years. So, again, the things I say, I might bother some people, but eventually they'll figure it out. You know?
Yeah, the hard truth.
Someone in the chat said that if a snake is on auction, that means it's not really a high-end animal. I mean, he's wrong, because there are high-end animals on the auction. There are plenty. And plenty have sold at some bargain prices. But some go on there that shouldn't be on there because people are kind of desperate to get them to sell. But, bro, I've even seen people put up animals that there's probably 4 of them in the world. And then they want a fucking $13,000 bid. Bro, that shit ain't happening, bro. That animal has to sell on the Morph Market page, bro. It's just not happening. So there's a lot of things that people need to learn with time. And again, MJ, I always tell you and everyone in the trap chat, in the V Unit chat, this stuff comes with time. Yeah.
But so does having a market where you could sell a $20,000 snake. Like dude, let's be real. Oh my God. Like how many people, the only person I could think that was doing that was the motherfucker who was just on my show, Miguel. And guess who his biggest customer was? Justin. Justin was buying the shit back from Miguel that he was making. They had this back and forth thing going where like, oh my God, like what a world. Like, you know what I'm saying?
There's 10 guys that get that. 10, 15 guys.
It's like an omen. I mean? Yeah.
You know, I'll sit here and I'll tell you guys, the most expensive animal I've ever sold was $4,500.
That's sick.
I mean, not 10.
No.
You know? not 15.
Yeah, but how many 45? I mean, that's a good zone
yeah,
for you. Yeah.
Plenty of $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 snakes. Plenty of that.
Yeah.
But overall, my success has been selling everything. So I'm happy with that.
How happy are you with the buy now option on Morph Market?
Bro, like that's the best feeling in the world, man. And you always hear me and Krista and Brock, we're always fucking, I love this shit. We do not get tired of saying how much we love that buy now option.
Well,
There is nothing better than being able to click on the name, see where it has to be shipped, see if it's some mofogly motherfucker that you shouldn't ship to, and okay, this guy's legit, he's good, the shipping makes sense, boop, sale done. There's nothing better.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said that. Okay. Morph Market is a place where it's the potential of a one-stop shop. And I feel like, a lot of other companies who've worked hard at doing what they're doing looks at that as a bad thing, but as being somebody on the other end, which is just a keeper and the breeder, like, how convenient, dude. Like, how awesome do you feel like it is to not only go from the buy now option, but now you could ship directly from Morph Market, and then not only that, save fucking money on top of doing all that shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's phenomenal. I love it. I love it because what it does is it gives you access to 150% serious buyers.
Yes,
dude. A serious buyer just presses the button and it's on. You don't get, can I have videos? Can I have more pictures? This and that, like all these questions, like, hey, I'll answer them. And I do. I answer them. I really do. But man, if you want the animal, just press that buy now. It works.
Yeah. So what's your Morph Market stock looking like right now? Like how many snakes do you have on Morph Market right now currently?
I have about 30, but there's a bunch of stuff that's not ready to be posted yet.
So you have more to put on Morph Market.
Yeah, I have about 110 animals that I haven't sold yet.
So obviously you're really meticulous. I know you got shit down. I know you have a system. Why don't we talk about how you are managing the whole flow of, establishing a hatchling, getting it ready for sale, and then posting it, and not putting. Here's the thing: I get into a motion where I get clumped up, and then I get fucked, and then I feel like I got too much to do. How do you keep it systematic where you are you got a good flow going of establishing, posting, and selling?
Well, I track all their meals, obviously. I have four or five different racks. I have one rack that's ready for shows. I have one rack where I put animals that are giving me they're being a little finicky or they're not on point. I have another rack of animals that are not set up, that are not ready for shows yet or to be posted. And then I have a rack of stuff that's sold and being paid for or waiting to ship. So that's pretty much the way I do it. I keep everything, written down, and that's how I flow it. Pretty much. Pretty simple.
Vending was a huge part of your success as far as selling, I feel like, this year. It was really cool just to kind of hear feedback from you every Monday. You did over 30 shows this year. I'm sorry. How many shows did you do this year? Remind me the count.
Yeah, like 30.
That's a lot, bro.
28 to 30.
A respect.
Yeah.
That's a lot, bro. I got my, listen, I got my one show I'm all fucking stoked for, but that's it. I'm good. 30 shows, bro? Damn.
And I can tell you that they're very profitable for me.
I mean, obviously you do them. I don't think you would do them if they weren't profitable.
No, because some people out there, they bang shows, and they talk about how they're not that good, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'm set up for it. I keep costs down. A lot of the shows are in Central Florida. I have family all over Central Florida. We visit family when we do shows, or I stay at my boy Paul's house. Alvaro, we do the same thing with Alvaro. The shows are great, man.
Hey, shout out to Alvaro.
Trust me, there's times where you're tired and you don't want to do it, but that's part of the game, you know?
I think I don't mean to interrupt this topic or conversation, but Alvaro was probably like the biggest guy who grew on me this year. Like, I always liked the guy, always a nice guy, but like to see the dedication that he held on to and devoting his time to the shows and then fucking going to Texas, like, dude, this guy was on it, bro, and he killed it.
Yeah.
He did great.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's one of my best friends. You know, he's also full time. And
I love it.
Fucking Marine guy's disciplined as fuck.
Yeah,
the guy has a beautiful family, great animals, and he's doing well, man.
Justin and Miguel, bro, what did you think of that episode?
It was great, man. Miguel's fucking awesome, man. I can't wait to hang out with him and get to know him a little better. Justin, you know how I feel about Justin. Justin to me is one of those two guys. There's a group of people that have taken this to where it is today, but to me, especially the last 10 years, I would say for me, it was Brian and Justin. And by the way, I missed the hell out of Brian.
Yeah, same here, man. You know, listen, we all know that we go through our whatever that we go through in life, and I there's more than a handful of times I remember like how crucial Brian was, and that was for like calling him, talking to him over the phone. I used to share ideas with Brian all the time, and like I don't know if he would always just be positive and say, yeah, good idea, but man, he was so encouraging to like any idea I had. The biggest thing is anytime I wanted it, like needed him a part of the trap, or like, you know, hey, can you come do something with me? It was always, yeah, dude, for sure. And I was like, that's crazy. And I miss that, bro. I really miss, like, man, think about how many episodes we would have had by now, you know, if
I miss the energy.
The energy, everything, the vlogs, man.
He was our president.
He did, man. He really was.
He was our leader.
He carried the torch. He was a leader.
Yeah, he was our leader, and bro, I miss that shit. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I miss it, and because the other day I just happened to see a video, and I was like, damn, bro. And I sent it to the view, and I was like, damn, bro, I miss this guy, bro. Yeah, so yeah, I want to go one day to the aquarium and to
Legacy, yeah.
To the Legacy and to the Reptarium. I've never been. That's on the list, bro. So
I don't even know where I was going at now. I'm like, my head is sad right now.
Yeah, we were talking about Miguel.
Oh yeah, Miguel. Yes.
Justin.
So, dude, Miguel fucks with you heavy, bro. I don't know if you heard that episode what he said, but he was like, dude, I'm bummed. I thought Emilio was gonna be on here because he's now catching up on a lot of Trap Talks, and he's seen a bunch of Monday night shows. And I think he thought you were just somebody on the show all the time now. But he was like, dude, he's like, nah, I want to come back on. He's like, when can I come back on and do a show with that guy? And I was like, and I told him, I was like, all right, I told him the date. So Miguel's coming on a Monday night, special edition, just chop it up with me and Emilio. So
I love that. I love that. I much respect. He's a trailblazer. What he's doing, what he's done is amazing. With the Spanish channel, the YouTube channel, the fucking amazing animals, that puzzle stuff he's produces here, fucking taking, bro. He's got another country that he's trailblazing into another country, another market. Yeah. The Mexican economy is growing significantly, and it's going to continue to grow. They are growing much like the Chinese did 20 years ago or whatnot, and that market is going to emerge, and it's going to be huge, and he's going to be the leader, and that's going to help everybody here.
What do you think of the other markets? I know you tapped in a little bit as far as like, I'm not going to get too much information, but there's potential around the world. I want to say shout out to Canada, shout out to UK, shout out to Prague, Morph. So I want to say one of my favorite Europeans is the homie Mats. Dude, Mats, I'm honestly, bro, I think this actually, I don't give a fuck. I'll share the idea. I think this coming year, we should focus on more European new breeders, or, and that way we have a fucking all-star European fucking episode. Because I will say, I would like to do an episode with just fucking Prague and the homie fucking Mats, dude. You know what I mean? But I don't know where I was going. Yeah, but anyways.
I feel like we need to, we did that this year where we brought the world.
Yeah,
we brought people from across the world. into New Breed on the Block. We need to bring some Asians now, and
Yeah,
we need to
Japan market. We're tapping in with you, bro.
Yeah, we need to continue to do that. Yeah,
yeah.
it's gonna be fun.
But what's your thoughts for the future and other markets potentially opening up around the world? Like anything you feel confident about? Like maybe something to change our lives, like something to where like holy shit, like ball python game is on fire, you know, or something.
Well, hopefully, there's been a lot of rumors about this for a long time, but hopefully, the Asian market, the behemoth in Asia, opens up to ball pythons. That would be amazing for us. That would, man. Let me tell you, it might blow COVID out of the water.
A pastel stock would go the fuck up for sure. They would love pastel.
Everything. I think everything would be 20% higher. Damn. Yeah. So there's a real opportunity for that to happen. I'm looking forward to it. So I'm in some paperwork where all my animals could go all over the world. I feel really good about that.
Yeah. I'm interested. Yeah. Can't wait to see what's going to happen. You know, time's going to tell, obviously, you know, but it's cool to have, you know, be close enough to people like Miguel, who's doing what he's doing in Mexico. And then the homie Antoine from DPR Cold Blood. That guy's a G. But he's fucking really tapped in with the Japan market. They love him over there. So is Justin. So, yeah. Man, I think 2025 is going to be big.
What was it that Bob said that only 4% of the American people have reptiles, right? That's what he said?
No. It was less than that. Yeah, or something like
3%?
That. Yeah. What 1% was how many keep, and the other percent is like who even gives a shit. Like, okay, but they're both really like low numbers. Like, or like I think 1% was another percentage was like people who think you should like be able to keep reptiles. It's like it was pretty. I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head. I don't
imagine. You know, today I was fucking around and talking shit with Brock and Joe, and imagine if Disney made a movie with some type of pet snake.
I always thought of that, bro. Like even like a
imagine that. Imagine how
it has to happen.
Imagine how that would affect sales.
I think, there has to be a Disney movie where the rat and the snake become friends. Yeah. Like they're homies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, think of Lion King, like the way Pumbaa and then we're cool with the lion. Like, yeah. Dude, that would be the coolest. But then the twist is if kids want to keep snakes, they're like, wait, what? That's
yeah, but imagine, like right now, we brought up something like a movie,
right?
Like an animated movie, even.
Yeah, that'd be game changer.
Even a regular movie. Imagine that. Imagine how that would affect our industry as a whole.
We need
imagine how Mexico freaking opening up and blowing up, China, Vietnam, these emerging Indonesia, these emerging markets, you know, gaining the economic numbers that where they could have pets like that we have.
Yeah.
So I think all this eventually is coming. It's gonna come in our lifetime. So
what? Okay, speaking of things that are changing, what's your thoughts on Canova's new pet program that they're doing? What do you feel like that could be huge of getting more people in, or like is that something you would ever consider doing? Like what's
I do that already.
Tell us. Tell me. What do you mean?
I already do that. I deal with people that are dealing with their first pets a lot. I have all types of stuff in a separate folder for myself to send them, to help them. That's what I deal with all the time. It's genius on his part because whatever it may be, 10, 20, 30 animals, 40, 50 animals a month for them, that's going to increase sales. However you look at it, you know, especially if those animals might not be selling wholesale like they used to. I mean, bro, it's good business to sell to everyone. Right?
Yeah, but to dedicate certain snakes to be sold as non-violent.
Oh, I mean, listen.
Because I mean, there's no guarantee. You can't guarantee shit. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck how much the snake is, you know, coddled or whatever. I mean, if the snake wants to bite you, it's gonna bite you. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. There's always a chance to get bit, but what I'll tell you is this. I work with my snakes a lot. You know, I have see-through tubs. The animals see me all the time. I could tell you that I've probably hatched 4 or 5 ball pythons that I probably couldn't put on the table this year. Maybe 10.
Because they're mean?
Because they're mean as shit. But again, if the person works with the animal, it'll calm down a little bit. It might not ever like you, but it'll stop trying to bite you. I mean, ball pythons are good, man.
So you'll sell that snake via Morph Market, but won't sell it at a show. Because I'm sure you're not selling. I'm not to like fucking police you on this. I'm just saying. I'm sure you're not putting in the description feisty little noodle or something. You know what I mean?
Honestly, if you go look through my ads, even the sold ones,
yeah,
you'll see where if it's a dick, I'll put spicy on it.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I'm honest. Last thing you want is someone pissed off at you.
No, yeah, I think you're better off doing that. Like,
Yeah,
you're better off.
And then guess who pays for it? The animal, bro.
Yeah. And the animal ends up being somewhere it shouldn't.
Yeah, the animal's gonna pay for it. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you got to try to sell everything, bro. I mean, I tell any business out there, you try to sell everything.
I cringed up a little bit when I asked Miguel and Justin their thoughts on Sunset and Exantic, and I'm not gonna lie, their response was kind of like you know, I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, fuck, dude. But Miguel was like, yeah, she's not too sure. But Justin had to say it's either gonna be a fucking home run and a half, like holy shit, or a complete fucking dud, like nope, that's not it. So how does that make you feel?
I mean, I had to do it. I have the same feelings, but I have a feeling it's gonna look really nice. I think there's about 8 of us that have the heads already. 6 to 8 of us. Now it's gonna be, you know, let's see who hits it first.
So hold on, Amelia. When it comes to you pairing this project for the first time, what's that pairing gonna be? Once it's ready,
it could be pied double head. Sunset Exantic to triple heads and double heads.
Damn. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, pieds are great, so the animals will always have some value.
What made that
value?
What made that exciting? That topic last Thursday night is that Justin brought up an ultramale Exantic, and I still haven't seen that shit. If somebody wants to send it to me, that'd be great, please. But he was like fucking gloating over this ultramale Exantic. Have you seen it?
I've seen quite a few. There's one that hatched out looking kind of true ghostish, and then there's some that are just kind of orangey. Not my favorite animal. If it stayed like the first one that was hit in Europe, I would be fucking super happy. But the ones I've seen are not my favorite. To me, all respect to those that like it. There's people that really love that project. To me, it takes away from ultramale and it takes away from Exantic. So that combination for me is just no good. Not for me. It's not for me. But there's a lot of Exantic stuff that's not for me. I don't like seeing any yellow in my Exantics whatsoever. If I see yellow, I'm unhappy. I'm fucking mad. So my thing going forward with Exantic is I want to see charcoal gray, I want to see whites, and I want to see silver and black.
So no vanilla Exantic for you.
Well, not the one I saw today. Not. Oh, bro. Hey, no, but
woo!
There's a lot of them that get yellow out there. I don't want that. I do not want that.
Why? What is it? What does the yellow turn into? Like, what's the yellow?
If any of you out there want to know what I'm talking about, just go look up an adult banana Exantic. It's ugly as hell. It kills the Exantic and it kills the banana. It's just, I don't want that.
Can you describe your perfect in a perfect world? What would the perfect Sunset Exantic look like to you? Like, what are you looking for? Like, what do you dream about when you think of that?
That's a freaking really good question.
Yeah, I'm curious because all I think of is shit. So you got to think of something else, obviously better than what I'm thinking. I'm just curious what you're thinking.
I want a dark gray animal with that pattern. It's hard for me to really come up with that because, bro, I have a hard time figuring it out. But it's like Justin. I saw Justin was kind of confused with it too. I am as well. I just don't know what it's gonna look like. I'll be happy if it's like a really grungy gray. Even if it's really dark, I'll be happy with that. Like it's almost like going towards like a brackish black when it's an adult. I think I'd like that. Not black, but like
you're not confident.
Dark gray.
But you're not confident.
I'm not. No.
Is there anything else you're working with that makes you this not confident?
No. Oh, well, let me admit something to you. I hope my Desert Ghost Exantic Clowns are as nice as Justin's. Because if I see yellow, I'm going to be super fucking... I'm going to be super disappointed.
Does his have pastel in it or anything else to make it?
No. It's straight
up.
But there are DGs out there that they kind of look a little grayer than some, and some look a little bit more yellow. I'm hoping my DJ Exantic Clown stuff down the road does not have yellow tones to it. I have seen some spot nose Desert Ghost Exantic Clowns that have like yellow tones that I am not a fan of.
So the whiter the better.
Yeah.
For you at least.
Yeah, man. When I go to Justin's page and I look at the baby and the adult together, like that's perfection. The real, to me, that's what I want. That's what I want. I want like 5 of those animals in my collection. That's how much I like it.
So where are you at from hitting something like that? Like how far are you from hitting the Exantic?
Oh yeah, no, I'm far, bro. I'm gonna make an army of stuff to do it this coming season. I'm a little far from it.
But I feel like once you do get to that point, you're gonna have other incomplete.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
but you're gonna have other incomplete dominants in the mix. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's gonna
like
be
what?
I'll probably put leopard and spot nose and cypress, stuff like that. Stuff I really like.
Spot nose, huh? I thought you don't like spot nose.
Well, for that, yes. I'm gonna keep it limited. That's what I meant when I said I didn't say I don't like it, but I said
Dude, you and Dave Levinson went ham on fucking spot nose this year. And there's another.
He disagreed. He disagrees with me. All I said was I'm keeping consistent with what I've been saying, that I'm not gonna let something take over my collection. That's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna sell stuff, so I could keep the stuff with triple heads in it and stuff like that. That's what I meant. What I meant is I'm not gonna let something take over where it's in everything. That's always been my approach.
Yeah.
Sometimes people misunderstand what I say.
That can be hard to avoid if you don't pay attention.
Yeah.
So what?
If I'm not, I kept a couple of spot nose combos that are head clown and head exantic or whatnot. I had to move a couple because I'm gonna keep a bunch of triple heads this year too. I have to be careful with something taking over. That's all.
What stuff?
I think everyone should be worried about something taking over a bunch of their stuff. I want to be able to have variety.
What stuff you're moving out? Or maybe you're not moving out, but you just don't. You're selling it. You're like, I don't want this. I'm good.
Stuff I should have been moving a long time ago, like single gene heads and obviously.
I mean, like what morph, dude? Come on, let's go. Like, I mean, like, what would be a morph that's had something important that you really need? That if you get it visually, you're just like, well, I want that, but I don't want it with that incomplete dominant in it or something.
Well,
else.
Obviously lesser pastel, but I'm gonna add spot nose to that because I already have plenty of spot nose to in my collection. I have plenty of blackhead. There's stuff that I have plenty of that I don't need to add anymore. So yeah, I'll be looking to get cleaner animals that don't have set genes. That's how I do it. I'm not gonna get an animal at a discount I'm gonna get this cheaper or less or more more affordable animal because it has those genes in it. I'm gonna get something that I don't have. That way I can play with it.
Where's Puzzle at?
Well, I love Puzzle. I'm working a bunch of.
Where's it at though? Like, I mean, like where we at from seeing some Villarino Puzzle shit?
I'm making double heads and triple heads this year. That's all I'm making for me. Yeah.
Triple, like, give me more, bro. Like, what? What are we talking here? Puzzle, triple at what? Like, what do we?
What else? Mojave, GHI Mojave, OD, head puzzles.
So are you aiming for your puzzles to be more darker or brighter?
I like dark. I like the GHI ones and the Mojave ones. I like OD in it. I'm trying to stay away from what everyone has.
Which is the brighter stuff.
Yeah, which is pastel, lesser.
But I think pastel puzzle goes good together, though.
It does. And I think it's important to have in there. But I guess I'd have to buy something with power to have that pastel in it. That I'm not gonna make it.
I think one of the smartest moves you did this year was retract your hate for pastel, because people are going to regret that. I'm telling you right now, whoever is a pastel hater is going to eat like some fucking shit, because I'm telling you, bro, I'm seeing some pastel stuff in Europe and other places, like my collection where you see my pastel, bro. Thank you. You're clapping for me. I appreciate that. But I'm telling you right now, bro, the reason why I say this is because obviously pastel got shitted on due to what it was doing in stuff like clown. Okay. But we know that there are other recessives that will love to have pastel in the mix. DG's one of them. Okay. Puzzle for sure is one of them. We got to start thinking of the possibilities here. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm happy though. I can't wait for pastel's comeback. It's gonna be glorious.
Again, all I meant to say was it's in 35% of stuff out there.
You attacked Justin.
I didn't attack Justin.
You did.
No, I didn't. Never. I've never attacked.
Go back to episode 407. I'm just kidding. I don't know the episode.
Never.
But it was no, it wasn't you. Who was it? It was somebody about go to Justin's Morph Market and tell me how many pastels he has.
Oh,
right
I said that. But
thank you. That was you.
But that wasn't an attack. He doesn't produce a lot of pastel stuff.
That was kind of a.
I'm sorry, he doesn't produce a lot of pastel stuff in comparison to everything else.
He texted me that night. He was like, "Yo, is Emilio mad at me?" I'm like, "What?" And I had to calm him down. I'm just kidding.
What? No. Hey, he doesn't produce a lot of pastel. He doesn't. Compared to the market, no way. He doesn't. He
stayed quiet. Like, listen, Miguel was on my side with pastel. He looked a little quiet. I'm not gonna lie. So
because no one wants to. I mean, listen, everything's important, and what Justin said is true. If pastel came out today, it would be super popular. It's a fact.
Yeah.
But again, does everyone want pastel in 35% of the animals out there? That's all I meant. I
know that's a smart advice. That's all that is. Because
that's all it is.
It's like having just a palette of different stuff to look at, and when it's all pasteled out.
Yeah, you get tired of seeing the same color.
Yeah.
You get tired of seeing the same color palette.
Yeah.
Now
let me ask your taste with like the super bright sunset combos that are coming out. What's your take with like the insane fucking orange, like bright sunsets? Is that something you're after in a pied?
I really like I really like the animals that Winston posted this week, the last 2 weeks. I love the sunset puzzle, the sunset hypo stuff. I can't wait to see sunset hypo puzzle. For sunset, I can't wait to see a sunset dreamsicle. I know Justin probably has that, in the bag very soon. I have animals. I'm growing up animals for that as well. Nice project. I have like 6 animals for that. I'm looking forward to that. The Ultramel, I've got. I'm breeding for Ultramel. Double head Ultramel Posset Pieds. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about keeping Sunset bright overall.
I will say, man, one of the nicest, I've been saying this, I think, I don't know how many episodes in a row now, but the Ultramel Sunset adult that I see the homie Reptile for centuries in South Africa. The homie DJ, I think his name is. That shit looks sick. You know,
They're nice, man.
yeah. Listen, there was a time and place where we didn't hear much from Ultramel. It was staying kind of still pretty quiet, and then all of a sudden, people started posting some sick Ultramel shit. So how do you feel? What's your excitement with Ultramel going into next year?
Oh, I'm super excited. I love Ultramel. I mean, I think Monarch's the one that's gone quiet.
Whoa, dude.
I'm sorry. The more we see, I think Monarch's been quiet. I mean, again, not taking shots at any projects, but fucking, I'm super happy to be working Ultramel, bro.
It's another recessive you're happy about.
Yeah. I've got some super OD double head Ultramel puzzles coming. That I'm gonna be super happy with that. That's where I'm going with Ultramel. Ultramel Monsoon with special and Mojave and Ultramel puzzle with OD. What else? And Ultramel Sunset. Very excited about those.
What's the biggest thing you've learned about Monsoon?
So far, that you can't rely on markers.
What do you mean? Oh, as far as like tracing?
I don't feel like you could really rely on markers. I think that's why people have kept so many pos sets. I feel like that's why there's so many. There aren't many Monsoons out there. I think people were tricked. Anyone that said that, in my opinion, okay, my seasoned opinion, anyone that said that Het Monsoons are a Kodam or that they look like an incomplete Kodam, please stop. Stop it.
There you go. Mythbuster.
Yeah, stop it.
So where are you at for Monsoon production? Like when that time crosses or happens for you making visual Monsoons,
I have a pairing for visuals this year. And then I have a bunch of really good projects growing up. Double heads for Exantic Monsoon with special and Mojave. Some fire OD stuff with Het Clown and Het Monsoon in there. Ultramel as well with Monsoon. And I think that's it for right now. And yeah, I'm excited, bro. I have a pairing to possibly hit some visuals for myself. That's stuff I'm gonna keep for myself. So I could have bought a visual, but I wanted to produce one.
Does Monsoon make you like uneasy or like, you know, maybe unsure, like anything else that you're working with?
No, I love it.
Pretty confident.
I love it. That's one of my favorite. Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah,
all right.
I love that project. The minute I saw Dave Green hit one back in the day on BP.net, I knew I had to have one, and I was pulling for him for it to be genetic, and it proved, and I knew I was gonna have it one day. So.
All right, wrap things up. Biggest, newest, greatest thing that happened for you this year, Emilio. It could either be a new species added to your collection or whatever. But let's hear about the biggest, newest thing that just has you fucking fired up in your collection right now.
Well, I gotta tell you guys this right here. All right. I absolutely love dry Marcons, the yellowtail Crebos, blacktail Crebos. I can honestly tell all of you out there, I wish I got into these 10 years ago. As cocky as this may sound, I feel like if I was in them 10 years ago, I'd be top 2 in that market right now. And going forward, I love working these animals so much that I'm going to do my best to make them more popular. I fucking love these animals. They are incredible. They're smart. They are fucking like, man, they are. I love them. They're the forest ruler, king of the forest, whatever you want to call them. They eat everything. I love that shit. I'm like a little kid again.
Yeah. How important do you think that is for somebody, like maybe somebody who feels complacent and just maybe not as excited as they should be walking into their room? And, you know, I'm talking about for somebody who has a room, somebody who has racks and fucking 100+ snakes, but they're not excited. What any advice?
If you're not excited about going in your room, you need to figure it out, and you need to make it happen. Maybe get another species. I can tell you guys that I handle all my Drymarchons. I have about 6 of them right now.
Damn, 6? I didn't know you had 6. I thought you had like 3. 6? Damn.
Yeah, I have 6. I have 1.2 of each. I moved to Texas, and I focused on getting into the yellows and the red and the blacks. I mess with them, and I'm watching them. I'm learning their behaviors. I want them to learn me. I want them to see that, learn my behavior, see that I'm not a threat. The other day, I did a video with my year-old male that I got maybe 2 months ago. I did a video you really don't see out there. You really don't see people handling these animals. I'm going to constantly be handling them. I'm going to be working with them and making them comfortable with me. And I'm going to have a ton of content in the future with these animals. And I've been telling a couple friends of mine, and I've told you, I'm going to do my best to make this species a lot more popular. I don't understand how, and again, some might not like what I'm going to say. I do not understand how the giant market overall is 50 to 60, maybe 70 times bigger than these fucking amazing colubrids that are not a threat to you in any way. And you could really manageably feed them a nice variety, quail, chicks, rats, mice, fish, snakes. I don't understand why these animals are not more popular. Do they shit a lot? Yeah. But guess what? It ain't the size. The shit ain't the size of a fucking. I mean, it ain't this big. I mean, I don't understand what the complaints are about. So yeah, that's my new passion. It's my favorite species right now. Ball pythons are amazing. They'll always be in my top 2 for sure. The things that you can do with ball pythons, you can't do with anything. The colors, the patterns, they're the best pet snake in the world, hands down. But bro, I fucking love these Drymarchons, and I have a new passion. And I have to thank you, MJ. I have to thank Joe, Colubrid Corruption. I have to thank my boy Mike B, because last year I saw one at his place, and he held it out. Okay, it was an animal that was being shipped out to Asia, and Mike's a big guy. Mike's about 6'2", 6'3", like me, and this animal, he held it up over his head, and bro, this animal was like 8 foot.
Yeah,
and it looked like a king cobra. Okay, so
they're smart too.
When I saw that fucking animal, I fell in love, bro, and I said I gotta have that, because what got me in love with snakes, I think, back in the day when I was a child, was watching like stuff like Cobra and G.I. Joe and all that stuff, and that's what got me, man.
Well, I'm excited to see what you do next year and then moving on the other years with the colubrids, and it's exciting to just see you be excited for it. Before I let you go, Emilio, let's end this super chat question real quick, because I'm only going to answer this because, well, first and foremost, it's a super chat, but I like Gorilla. My take, I have a huge, because Gorilla's Nanny, right? That's the same one. Are we talking about, or no? Or no,
it's
Carnage and Nanny. That's different.
Yeah. No, Gorilla's super cool.
I'm excited to see more of it.
Gorilla's super cool, man. I love what DPR and MBK are doing together.
Same.
I can't wait to see where they go with it, man. It's a really popular gene, up and coming. It has a great future. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to DPR. And shout out to you, Emilio. Listen, this was quite the year. What do you have to say to all our dedicated viewers, all the guests we've had on for 2024, all the ones who show us love, man? We have a lot of loyal people, bro. So what do you have to say to all the people showing us love? And we had over 80 people tapped in on tonight's show. So what do you have to say, bro?
Well, thank you for all the support. The Trap Talk fam, the V Unit, trappers, the haters. Everyone, the people that don't press the like button when they watch,
But they copy.
hey, the people emulating the trap.
Keep doing it. You're making me
I mean-
making us look great. They really do.
You know, what else can you say? Listen, we can't take anything for granted. We enjoy and love what we do. We take care of our people. 2025 is gonna be amazing.
It is.
We make a plan and we make it happen. That's it.
It's gonna be a big year, bro. Looking forward to it. Everyone, give it up for Emilio because he's getting off the rest of the year. Rest of the year, he's big time chilling, and you won't see this dude until January 6th. That will be our comeback episode. But for now, give him a follow on Instagram.
Got one more thing to say.
What's up?
Remember what I said about the dry Marcons? Remember it.
What? They're gonna be more acceptable.
They're gonna be more popular.
And remember what I said. Get your fucking babies to adults first, and then let's talk. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I'm saying
I love your vision. Trust me. But let's.
That's gonna be one of my missions going forward.
Oh shit, man. But yes, guys, for reals. Villarino Reptiles on Instagram. Please subscribe to the V Unit family. Jam-packed with information and just a fun time. And again, thank you so much for your dedication for the trap, Emilio. I gotta say, man, when it comes to trap and ball python content, you are a huge part of making that shit so relevant. You can't take anything away from what we're doing, bro. It's so relevant. It's helped so many people out. And guess what? We're not gonna stop helping people out. That's what the good thing about being relevant helps others move on. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, give it up. It's a wrap for the rest of 2024. Biggie, Top G, Villarino Reptiles, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, brother. Good evening, guys.
Hey, by the way, Mark wanted me to tell you he misses you. He wished he could have hung out tonight.
I love Mark.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see him right now.
Yeah, enjoy dinner. Give him a hug from me.
I will.
Guys, everyone out there, Mark Bailey's one of the best people in this industry.
Facts.
Yeah, if not, one of the best guys ever, man. I'll tell you that.
All right,
guys.
Have a good night, man. Thank you. All right, appreciate everyone who tapped in tonight. This was a good 2024, I feel like, for the Monday night series. We have one more Tuesday night, All in the Tree Tuesdays, and it's with none other. And if anyone out there who's in the arboreal game or knows and been following the trap, you guys know how crucial this is going to be, okay? The one and only Gary Scavino, GS Reptiles, coming at you here tomorrow night. 3-hour plus podcast for sure. We're going deep. Pause. Tomorrow night with Gary Scavino of GS Reptiles. I will say for right now, if you're like, well, who's GS Reptiles? Dude, just type in GS Reptiles on YouTube. All right. Get ready because he just makes you want to keep a lot of cool reptile species that aren't normally kept. All right. And yes, he sells a lot of these cool species. I'm telling you right now, this is one episode you're not going to miss. You shouldn't miss. All in the Tree Tuesday, right here on the Trap Talk Reptile Network. But yeah, again, thank you to all love and support for everyone who likes the Monday night New Breed on the Block series. And we're going in pretty consistent next year for sure. I mean, we have a lot of things planned and in store. So to be on top of everything that we have going on, make sure before I let you guys go, hit the like button. Can we get the likes up? We had 80 people in the building tonight. Let's get the likes up first and foremost. Before you leave, free feature, and then hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Select all. You'll be reminded of every podcast released out of the Trap Talk Reptile Network 7 days a week. The only reptile network doing that, been doing that, most consistent, most relevant. You know it. You know what I'm saying? Episode 579 in the books. New Breed on the Block, the last New Breed on the Block episode 2024. It's been a good time, guys. Catch you here on the next New Breed on the Block in 2025, and I'm out. Cheers.